Warlocks have been pretty prevalent in solos recently. Don't want to look like a meta Andy? Want to do something fun, but also strong, and honestly still kind of meta bullshit, but disguised. Demon of Corruption build. It's just demon form with Blow of Corruption. Why? Because Blow of Corruption is magic damage. You can stack it with both Dark Reflect and Exploitation Strike. So, when you have Add Magic or True Magic on your gear, you have 3 sources of magic damage that can be triggered in melee. 2 from Blow of Corruption and Exploitation Strike in the same hit, and then you have Dark Reflect. And also at range you have your Dark Bolts. So, you have 4 sources actually of magic damage, as opposed to physical damage with, for example, Bloodstained Blade. It's just 1 source of damage, just your melee hit. Like, it's not stacking multiple times. With magic damage, you can stack it 3 times at once. This is the same principle that you see oftentimes with Crystal Sword Warlocks, where they have Blow Corruption and Crystal Sword and Phantom Eyes, and they have Dark Reflect. So they trigger, first of all, Crystal Sword, add magic, Blow Corruption, add magic, Dark Reflect, add magic, and they hit you for like 1 bajillion damage in the first hit. And even if you survive, if you hit them back, you die to Dark Reflect.
GG. Lieutenant Sama? Wait, is this that YouTuber? It's him? Nah, you lying. Is it really? Oh, GG then, huh?
And by the way, if you're using added magic damage and not true magic damage, you get a headshot multiplier. So I don't know if Exploitation Strike has a headshot multiplier, but Blow of Corruption does, so I would assume Exploitation Strike does. So you can get 24 damage, 16 times 1.5, twice. So that's an extra 48 damage on your very first hit, just from your added magic damage on your gear, which is fucking crazy. Like, yeah, that's why it's so strong on Crystal Sword. And then you have Dark Reflect as well, so another 11 if it's true, or another 16 if it's added physical. That's 64 magic damage that you get in your very first melee exchange, your very first hit, and when they hit you. Not even close. So, basically, you are a meta Andy with the Crystal Sword, but cooler. And if somebody runs away from you when you have Phantomized Blow of Corruption, Crystal Sword Warlock, you don't have any range, you just can't do anything. But with Demon form, you have Dark Bolt. You can just smack him with Dark Bolts in the back and do like a bunch of damage, like 60 damage on a headshot, which is not bad when you consider that it's magic damage as well, and not many people are building magic damage reduction. So you can see kind of what the essence of the build is. It's just, you get a ton of PDR, 50 extra HP, 10 extra all attributes if you have 10 shards collected, which will nerf your Dark Reflect, but you know, you still get an extra like 20 damage off, 26 damage from your Dark Reflect. That's fucking crazy. And by the way, getting hit with a ranged attack does not trigger Dark Reflect, so the only time that you'll waste your 10 stacks of Soul Collector being consumed by Dark Reflect before you can activate your demon form is if you get ambushed by like a rogue, for example, in which case you have a buffed up Dark Reflect that does like 40 damage, and you have Blow Corruption. So you you probably win that. bolted. Here's the secret best in slot stat: buff duration. With higher buff duration, you have a longer time with Blow of Corruption before it expires, so you have time to get into demon form and hit people, as well as Exploitation Strike is going to last a lot longer. With 45% buff duration bonus, I was able to get out 6 hits before my Exploitation Strike ran out. That's compared to just like 3 or 4 from base kit Warlock without any buff duration bonus. So you do a lot of extra magic damage in melee, and you have like 40 to 50% PDR on a budget kit, around 40% if you're running cloth and 50% if you're running demon armor. And if you take the magic resistance perk, you have like 50% magic resist just by virtue of being a warlock in demon form with the 25% anti-magic perk. So the build that I'm using is Soul Collector, Dark Reflect, Anti-Magic, and Shadow Touch can be changed out with demon armor for plate. The biggest downsides are that you have the melee swing moveset of the demon form, which can be kind of tricky to get right and to memorize all 4 hits and try to hit headshots with. That's where I miss all of my melee swings and die. And this is pretty much a stat check build. You just run at people. There's a little bit of room to outplay them with Dark Bolt, but you are taking damage. By the way, wait, does that tick damage also stack with added magic damage? Oh fuck, that's a 5th source of magic damage from demon form. So yeah, you're gonna have to use Dark Bolt when people run away, but you are going to start taking tick damage, so I do recommend not fully chasing across the entire map. Be prepared to disengage. That's annoying. And as long as you play to your strength and you don't let the enemy play to their strength and you don't let them run you around for 8 bajillion years, you should be pretty strong, pretty unkillable, I would say. Yep. I just barely win against Bloodstained Blade. Bro just gave me a full kit. Alright, nice. He was building add fizz, not add magic. And so here's how I got directly countered by a magic resistance potion. And also, I think I could have killed this guy if I played better. Maybe Dark Bolted him a few times, kited. Okay. I hope he was fucking juiced out of his mind for me to die to that. Yeah, he was juiced out of his mind, and it was a close fight. If I just got a couple bolts of darkness in, or hit him in the leg with that bolt of darkness, I would have probably killed him and gotten a fucking banger kit. And he had magic protection on. If I had played that smarter, I had taken a protection potion, I probably would have won. Even against a giga-juiced PDR fighter with also 50% magic resistance, I almost killed him with literal, like a trash dog shit build. Like, none of my gear was add magic. I didn't have anything of like my setup. I went in with a gray longsword. I spent maybe like 300, 400 gold from the marketplace to build that build, and I almost killed this dude. That's fucking nuts. This build is cracked. And it wasn't even like me like doing anything like good or skillful. It was a face tank. I just walked up WM1'd and I almost killed that guy. How? How is that allowed? Warlock mains, try spicing it up a bit with the Demon of Corruption build. If you don't fall into the Barbarian brain and you actually play smart, it can punch so much higher above its own gear level, it's kinda nutty. Hope you enjoyed the build video. If everybody who has watched multiple of my videos subscribed right now, I'd be one of the biggest Dark and Darker channels on YouTube. My mom would be very proud to hear that, so consider subscribing. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, bye.